Hi. As part of the Intruder Basics training, we're going to be showing you some examples of how the end-of-line resistor configuration works. This is particularly with the Capture PIR from Texecom.
Hello, right, we're going to have a little chat about end-of-line resistors, which often crops up in the training we do and a lot of questions we get on support. So what I'm going to show you is a multimeter wired up to the detector via this little cable here. This detector happens to be a Capture P15, and I've got a similar box here. This happens to be a P20. This is the dual tick version of it. But if you open the box, you'll soon find that there's a little code on the tab there, and it shows you how to wire it up. So you've got plus or minus 12 volts on there, and you've got A, B, C, D. And if you want to wire up the end of line, you've really got to pick conductors A and D, and that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to wire this little thing up so we can know. So let's just open this up. Let's put that to one side and show you the wiring. So you can flick this thing forward to make it easy for you to wire into, and you can see that I've got the yellow conductor in number A and the green conductor in D. And if we have a look at the back of the PIR, we also see the same naming convention on there, so you can't really get it wrong. And the only other thing we have to do is select the resistance. So if you have a close look here, this being default for Texecom is set up for 2K2 on the tamper and 4K7 on the alarm contacts, and that's what that little slider switch is there. And that's how we wire up. So I'm just going to reassemble this and we'll get it all powered up. I've actually got the power connected to a power socket. It's not directly into a panel, it's connected into 12 volts. So let's just put it in and you slide it up, and while that's powering, if you need to lock it, there's a little locking mechanism there. You can just give that a little turn and it'll lock it. And I'm just going to wait till it powers up now. And as it's powering up, we'll soon see that the default resistance on here is 2K2, which is in a normal condition because I'm measuring the green and the yellow conductor on here, and that's it settled there. So you can see the default resistance on there is 2K2, 2200 ohms indicated on here. I've got my multimeter set to 20K, and if I move my hand in front of it, it goes up to 6K9, and that's how you wire up a standard sensor.